Hello, everybody. You can call me Hunch. And I'm a moron. Today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin DeFi and why I continue to think it's going to be the biggest winner of this bull run. We haven't even broken all-time highs, and we haven't gotten to the Bitcoin halving yet. I think we're outperforming every gaming YouTube creator who are colluding together. I personally think they're colluding together. Okay, I have a lot of soft evidence on that. But I've got a theory here, and I think it's going to blow your mind, right? And I've got real proof that Bitcoin DeFi is performing well, right? If not better than everything else, right? You've got the ghosty caches, you've got the trac, you've got ALEX, you've got Daiko. All these things are doing extremely well. They're keeping up with gaming, if not doing better. And I think when this ETF gets approved, the halving comes about, we're going to absolutely explode. So let me give you my theory. I'm a huge nerd, not financial advice. I don't own any of these things. This is all theoretical portfolio, and it's purely for education purposes. Okay, so shall we get to it, monkeys? Okay, so this is the ALEX lab chart. This is proof. Absolutely wild. Beautiful break. You know, this downward sloping wedge broke up. I think we continue to break all-time highs if Bitcoin continues to stay strong. Right? This is just over $130 million market cap. It's one of my top picks. Now, there's been some controversy around ALEX. I'm still a fan of ALEX, right? Just because I don't like that they do one thing a certain way doesn't mean I completely abandon it. Now, if they do multiple things, maybe. But I still like ALEX, right? Go check out their website. I highly suggest it. Well made. Right today, I mean, they keep shipping. Right now, you can connect multiple different wallets to their system. They posted about this. Incredible team. They keep shipping product. I mean, I think it's because they got a lot of developers behind them. They're in Asia. They got a lot of money backing them, I think. So on and so forth. So today I'm going to be talking about this kind of like Eurodollar system and how it relates to DeFi. If you don't know who this is Jeff Booth. He's been on a lot of different podcasts, you know, what Bitcoin did. He talks about this Eurodollar system. So quickly, a Eurodollar system is basically a system outside of the U.S. banking system where they lend dollars, right, to meet the demand for credit creation overseas, right? It's outside the jurisdiction of banking in the U.S. Nobody knows what's going on. It gets affected by the Fed, though, because when the Fed raises and lowers interest rates, it creates pressure within the system, right? Either it's more difficult to pay back or it's easier to pay back within this Eurodollar system. It's been operating outside of the U.S., according to Jeff Booth, ever since, you know, after World War II. But it's a pretty interesting system, right? The dollar is the reserve currency. People have an appetite for it. They want to get dollars. These people lend Eurodollars outside the system. Okay, so that's pretty much an overview of what's going on. So these guys are talking about how the Eurodollar system is going to be recreated on Bitcoin and DeFi applications on Bitcoin. So this one is more interesting to read. It says, I'll read it to you real quick. Interested in something far more bullish for Bitcoin than ETFs, companies, nation states buying Bitcoin, offshore banking institutions buying and holding Bitcoin as a reserve. This is how the Eurodollar system developed in a Fed demand for dollars and fed a demand for dollars globally. European banks, particularly in London, seized an opportunity by accepting dollar deposits and lending dollars, creating a market for dollars outside the U.S. The market was free from U.S. banking regulations, leading to more competitive interest rates and greater flexibility. Okay, so if you go back to what this guy was saying, this guy is basically saying we're going to have a repo desk or a lending desk all from our pocket, all from our smartphone, okay? This is why, you know, this ETF is so important, right? Even though I don't necessarily think we need an ETF, I think it's kind of has its drawbacks with corruption, creating paper Bitcoin, so on and so forth. There's a lot of things. But if we can get these DeFi protocols up to par, this system, you know, maybe we have a huge bear market again because there's so much hype. But if we can get them up to par, this system, this bull run, right, we can create a Eurodollar system within the U.S. without the Fed. So what do I mean by that? The U.S. is entirely affected by what the Fed does. They raise rates, they lower rates. It affects mortgages, it affects businesses, it affects, you know, lending, credit creation, so on and so forth, right? But credit is also created by federal government spending, whatever. Okay. Now, if we can create the Eurodollar system within the U.S. because of Bitcoin and DeFi, in my mind, that makes a more resilient financial infrastructure. Bitcoin doesn't even need to become the currency of the internet, even though I think it is, to have tremendous value in reducing these huge swings caused by the Fed. If you think about the Fed and what they did to bonds, right, and all the theories about it. Now, I'm not judging the Fed's performance. They may be doing well. They may be doing well. They may be doing bad, poorly, super poorly, good, excellent. It doesn't matter to me. There's still too much uncertainty. Everybody gets up there and watches the head of the Fed talk about raising and lowering. Actually, there was an FOMC meeting today, right? But if we can create this Eurodollar system within the U.S. and all over the globe, right? Well, first of all, that's probably good for dollars. But second of all, we're more resilient from the swings of the Fed, I feel like, because credit creation might have a more natural risk curve than the artificial one created by the Fed. So that leads me to my pick for which will make me, I think it could be, and actually the most insane play besides ALEX, right? I think ALEX could be an insane play because of this. But this thing could go so high and so far and so fast if my theory about this is correct. Like, it's making my head spin, right? It's so crazy. And that token is Sovryn, okay? This is on the RSK sidechain of Bitcoin, and with the renowned interest because of ordinals, right? This was around last cycle, but I just want you to take a look at the chart from last cycle, okay? Destructive. This is difficult to look at, okay? We went from $40 to, pennies, right? Cents, okay? Brutal. Absolutely horrific, brutal, okay? But if my theory on this is true, first of all, ALEX is going to go absolutely insane. Trac is going to go absolutely insane, right? They're going to need indexing. They're going to need multiple types of indexing, right? But this one as well, right? Usually things go to zero against Bitcoin, but if this thing can come back because of this Eurodollar market that I'm talking about within the US, the gains from here have to be higher than these prior all-time highs. And they've got to be like the returns are almost unfathomable in my mind, right? If you go to their website, they're paying 8% on Bitcoin dollars right now, okay? 8% lending, okay? If there's a demand for dollars on these DeFi protocols because of Bitcoin, and DeFi becomes huge for Bitcoin, I can't even imagine how much money somebody could make if they had this in their portfolio. If this gets adopted, right? Because it's been operating flawlessly, right? They got loans, lines of credits, they've got swaps, right? And it's all decentralized, right? That Eurodollar market. So that's all I wanted to say. You could call me Hunch. I've got a hunch. And it's huge. Have a great day.